When I first received the Stones and Layers form, it was the ugliest and scariest form I had ever seen in my life. It made me want to hide away from reality. Everything on there was everything I had been avoiding my whole life. Driver's license, debt, child support. I think my first attempt at it wasn't very good. My second attempt was even scarier. Living the life that I was living was easy. Okay, well, I know how to gangbang. I know how to hurt people. I know how to manipulate the system. I know how to get things my way. For once, somebody put something in front of me that said, all right, well, try this. And everything about me, we just wanted to shut down.
So when I first saw the Stones and Layers form, it was perfect because a lot of the things on there, like, I was already working towards them. So it was having them put on paper and me being able to just to answer that and be like, okay, great, like, this is what I gotta do, this is what I'm working towards. And I got somebody behind me that's gonna help me work towards those goals.
For your One Prisoner, One Parish team, I think it'd be a great thing for them to get in touch with your correctional officer, as well as, let's say you have to do treatment with your treatment counselor, any counseling that you have to do. It would be great for them to reach out to them. That way, at least your CCO knows, hey, my guy's got a great support group. And it's also good for One Prisoner, One Parish to explain the program to the correction officer and what they're about and what they're trying to do. It goes a long ways. I think the first layer for me, peeling off out of myself, was discovering who I am as a person. That was the hardest one for me, because I didn't know who I was as a person. I just didn't want to blurt out things just to say things. I wanted to dissect myself and figure out who I am, not as Cartoon, but as Leroy.
I was kind of blown away about how much finances are needed to get back on the right track societally, between LFOs, the legal financial obligations, and any former things that are holding his license that I don't even understand what all of that is yet. But to make forward progress requires paying off old stuff, much of which I came to learn had interests due. The cost that is now incurred because of the interest is significantly higher than it was in the first place. And so being in prison makes it so that they have to figure out a whole new way of, I don't even think it's paying it back. It's like, it's just punishment, isn't it? It's set up so that it is punishing for what has already been fined, and at least while he's in prison, then there wasn't a way for him to be making forward progress on those fines.
The fears that I had were not being able to live somewhere, because, being a convicted felon, you hear of these stories, like, man, I came back to prison because things didn't work out for me. I couldn't find a place to live because of my criminal history. Or it was like getting a job. Okay, I'm back in prison now, because I see these guys coming back, and I would ask them, I would always chase them down, like, what happened? And, for the most part, either they got high again, or whatever their case was, they reoffended and stuff like that. So I would take notes. And so my biggest fear was not being able to get a job or have a house. And because you gotta work and you gotta live, and you gotta eat.
A woman's reentry into society is going to be very deep and very complex, but very rewarding, because that will be someone that you will probably have as a friend for life, for the rest of your life. The women that are coming out of there are like me, and they're awesome. And they've been through a lot, and they have a lot to give, but they've been really hurt. And if you're willing to give them anything, really, to show your love or that you care, they're gonna 9 times out of 10 be willing to give you their entire loyalty for the rest of their life.
All I had to do was take it step by step, and I can sit here now and say, I conquered that paper. Like, I remember Chris pulled it out a couple months ago. He said, "Remember this paper?" I said, "Yeah." And I looked at it and it didn't click. He said, "Well, you conquered this paper. Like you put it behind you." And I literally conquered everything on that paper. My goals, driver's license. I recently just did my LFOs. That's a good feeling. Like, okay, I can do this part of my life.